I want to thank y'all for tuning in the video today. We're up early on a Saturday morning. I've got a pretty good project to do today. Most of y'all know about the transmission pans on these trucks. If you want to get a larger pan that holds a little more volume, I'm not affiliated with PPE, but that's the pan that I purchased. Now, as of today, Banks released the pan, so if you want to go to their website and pre-order that, you can use my code Rocky to order a Banks pan if you want. Like I said, I'm not affiliated with PPE, but they do make a good pan also. You know, it's just better cooling. And so let's get this thing out and take a look at it. So this is what's in the box. You got an instruction manual, some stickers, and then you've got your screws here. And this is the actual pan. I ordered mine in the brushed and the black. And in today's video, as you can see inside this pan, is you've got this, okay? And I'm going to do a proper fill technique. There's a lot of videos out there that are not correct. There's a fill port on the side of the transmission, but you do not fill it till it drips out of that fill port. What you want to do with this pan is you're going to get the truck, I'll walk you through the process, but you're going to get the truck warm, and this is just like a dipstick. It's the same process. Dipstick would have came in on this side, and at this level it's full. But at this level it's full when your transmission's at operating temp and it's warmed up. Okay, so you've got to keep this plug out, you've got to keep putting fluid in it, and you've got to make sure that you've got it at that level when the transmission's warmed up and everything's good to go. So I'll walk you through that today. But anyway, I'm going to get this unboxed and get the tools under the truck, and we'll get started on this. Okay, so first thing I want to do is, this is not a drain plug. This is actually the plug that is the level plug that's got the stand and the deal. But we're going to go ahead and pull this plug and drain off any of the excess that's in here. Using clear pictures today because I kind of want y'all to see how much comes out. Got a nice piece of cardboard down here too, because you're going to spill. There's no getting around that. Okay, so if we're draining that, we got, the transmission is cold, truck's been sitting on the driveway all night. So we got exactly 1 quart out of there. So if you want to drain this off, you don't know how big of a container you're going to need to catch the excess, you're going to need about 1 quart. And then the next step is, we've got 10mm right here. I'm going to loosen all the bolts. I just want to leave a couple threads on the front and the back so it'll hold the pan on there. I don't want to drop it down and try to get a tube in there and drain it out. Okay, so as you can see, we got the fluid out, pan's empty. Takes a little more time to do it that way, but you know, it's up to you if you want to. You know, some people want to just drop the pan and make a mess, or if you want to take the time to pump it out. Alright, so we're going to leave the pan under here because we're going to need to catch the fluid when we take the filter off. So let that drip for a minute, and I'll get an 8mm and we'll get that filter off. Wiggle this off, make a little bit of a mess. Not terrible. And then if you can see right here, got the camera, but I got fluid all over my hands. There's a seal that goes up in there. The seal stayed on the filter. It's this little piece right here. Make sure you take that out and your filter will have a new one. But let's get the other pan prepped and get this cleaned up and ready to go. Okay, so we got the new AC Delco filter. Let me put this box up for y'all so y'all can see. The part number is right there. Hopefully that comes in for y'all. And then this is the seal. A new seal that comes with it. Push this up in this little hole right here. You just take your new filter, which we have right here. Slide that up in that. Actually, let me just put a little bit of transmission fluid on that. It's not dry. Okay, so here's a side-by-side comparison of the two pans. Like you said, you get your standpipe on both of them at your fill level. Drain plug on this one. Definitely don't have a drain plug on that one. But this is the old pan. This one's got a really strong magnet back here, and it's got baffles because it has more volume. Keeps your fluid from sloshing around. And then condition of the fluid's in pretty good shape. It's not too bad. A little bit of material on the magnets, just normal. But anyway, this is a reusable gasket. If you look, it's got 2 dowel pins on it. Actually, this gasket goes right on here with this one. So I'm gonna get that transferred over. We'll get under there and we'll get this pan bolted up. Let me go ahead and get this thing torqued down, and then we'll get some fluid in it. Okay, so I got the pan torqued down. The next step is going to be remove the fuel plug, and that's what this is. Okay. Not the fuel plug, but the... Okay, so the next thing is we've got the plug removed here. So this is the fuel level, so we can see when it's full. And this is the fuel plug right here that we're actually used to put the transmission fluid in. And so if you want to use an 8mm wrench and an Allen wrench, works pretty good. You have your direction right. Okay, so I've got my bucket there for my overfill in case I get to the full level in the pan. I've got my motive power fill, and I'm going to purge this line out real quick into this bucket, and then we'll hook this on the transmission, and then start filling it until we get fluid in that bucket over there. Okay, as you can see, we've got it in the fill port, and then we're just bumping this bottle until the fluid runs out. Okay, so it took right at 11.5 quarts. We started to get fluid. You can see I got some in my pan. I went ahead and screwed the plug in right there. And what we're going to do now is we're going to remote start it just for a second, and then we're going to turn it back off, and then we're going to check the fill again, and then I'm going to go in and start it, go through the gears, and then check it again. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so we'll turn it back off. Now what we're going to do, we're going to pull the overfill plug back out. Now we've basically, you know, the converter's kind of filled itself up. We've got it started back up, so it's going to be a little bit lower than it was. All right, we got more fluid. Let's get it bumping. Alright, we are full. So we'll put our little plug back in here. This time we're going to start the truck and go through all the gears. Make sure we got all the air out of the valve body. Okay, so now that we've got it full, got most of the air out of the converter, we're going to go ahead and start it up. As you can see, our transmission fluid's 81 degrees. It's cold. Let it idle here for a second. Then we're going to go through all of the gears. Reverse, neutral, drive. A little bit more fluid. Okay, so you can see we're full again. Put this plug back in. Okay, so now we've pretty much got everything topped off. What we've got to do is warm the transmission up and do the final fill. So I want to back this thing up, get it on some good level ground. and in the shade. And then what we're gonna do is get this transmission warmed up, and then we'll check the fluid. Okay, now to finish warming up the transmission, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put it in drive, and then we're gonna hold it about 750, 800 RPM. Okay, you can see we've got it up to operating temp on the transmission, so now we're gonna get into there and just check the level one final time, and that should be good. Okay, this will be our final check. We are up to temp, 175 on the trans. A little bit over full. And when that's perfectly stopped, it slows down the drip. That's it right there. That's your full level. All right, y'all, so that's it for today's video. Just wanted to do the full install and the proper feel on the 10-speed transmission on the new Duramaxes. You know, more volume, more fluid, better cooling. You know, if you're just driving a vehicle around town, you don't do a lot of towing, maybe it's not important. But if you're in South Texas in triple-digit weather and you're towing pretty much max payload and you're running a toy hauler, you know, could be something you want to consider. But it's a nice quality pan. I was impressed with it. Bolted right up. It's just, you know, the feel process on this transmission is a little bit delicate, so it's not quite as easy. So anyway, but thanks for watching the video. If it helped you any, please hit that like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next video.